So I'm curious if he'll bring it again, if only to prove that he was right.
And it looks like we will see very shortly as we head into game 2. Top of your screen, Enosh, Shachar is going to be there. At the bottom is going to be Gavin Michaels. Gavin leading with the Ludicolo and Amungus. Well, there it is, Mischievous and Scrappy. Enosh clearly thinks Mischievous.
Really just straight talking.
He sure does. Great leads by both sides here, I think. Enosh kind of picked his generic trick room setup team. He's a trick room user, fake out user, and Gavin countered that pretty well. He's got a faster fake out than Ludicolo, so you're shutting down Scrappy's fake out if you want to. And then he's got Amungus, lets him go two directions here. He can either allow trick room to be placed by Mischievous, assuming Enosh chooses to go that route, or he can interrupt the trick room by using
just like I don't want to fight.
Yeah, it's worth noting that even though Amungus is very slow, you saw how it just works during trick room. Because of trick room's negative priority, it gets to go last at the end of every turn, at the end of the turn. So even though Amungus is really slow, it can still get the score off. Looks like Enosh is very worried about that Amungus. Out comes the Abomisto to make life difficult for Gavin. Ludicolo is going to choose to fake out that Scrappy, which is now Abomisto. Of course, will deal a little bit of damage, but doesn't get the flint. Sort of the same idea there. Ludicolo avoids the Will-O-Wisp again, though. Will-O-Wisp, not the greatest accuracy there, and Amungus does choose to stop the trick room with Spore.
Well, this is kind of avoiding the same situation we got in game 1. I was curious if Gavin was just going to allow trick room to happen since it worked so well from the first game. He does choose to shut it down here, and Enosh cleverly wasn't going to put it up anyway after how game 1 went. We also end up with this strange situation here in the VGC that we have 3 grass-type Pokemon on the field. I can't remember the last time I've seen that happen. Grass is a cool type. It's got a lot of interesting niche Pokemon, but not a whole lot of the common Pokemon other than Breloom, who is not one of these 3 grass Pokemon. So both of these trainers representing some underutilized options in the VGC metagame.
Definitely. And it's worth noting that primarily I think these Pokemon are used for their secondary type. Ludicolo's water type gives it some useful resistance, and Abomisto's ice type gives it a great attacking power with its blizzards and also hail. Amungus is poison type, less so. But Spore definitely very useful there.
Poison type does give it a fighting type attack. As we've seen through some of the matches in the finals here, it's one of the more common attack types in VGC, even though we haven't seen too much of it in the Master Conference.
And it looks like that Amungus does not want to stick around while Abomisto is in the field. He is going to switch out to the Metagross. A really great counter for that Abomisto to resist both of its grass or ice type attacks. Of course, Abomisto does not want to have, or Abomisto is going to switch out, predicting that, into the Scrappy. He's going to get that Intimidate back off using the special attacking Ludicolo and Metagross. Not the greatest use of Intimidate there, but does get Scrappy back on the field and will let Scrappy have that fake out pressure again. Scald comes out from Ludicolo onto Mischievous. As we saw, it's not going to deal a lot of damage, but is going to start building up over time. Because Mischievous is the option is going to be that paint split.
Kind of an interesting option to try to whittle Mischievous down, given that paint split. If I were playing against a Pokemon like that, I might be trying to look for a big decisive blow to avoid giving it that option of paint splitting me. Gavin's got to be really careful not to let Mischievous get free attacks while it's low on HP, or I'm just going to steal all of his health points away.
It's definitely a risk I think that Gavin has to worry about that Gavin will give him. Mischievous still sleeping away, hoping to wake up soon.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Be interesting to see now that the fake out pressure is completely on Enosh's side. What he'll do.
And I told you
a little more control
that's what she was going to say.
Mischievous wakes up. Had a few situations like this with Mischievous getting put to sleep. And a lot of what's going to determine this game is how long he sleeps.
And it looks like Gavin is preparing for Shachar to come back up as Ludicolo switches out for that Amungus, while Metagross goes to protect. Basically just getting the free switch in for Amungus there, and hoping not to take any damage as the fake out does come out from Enosh on the protecting Metagross. And Mischievous still snoozing.
Wake up, Mischievous. We should see it soon, but having a hard time making that big into a promised here since we spent most of these games to sleep.
Mischievous has had a long day, long weekend. It's been 48 hours of Pokemon battling here. Now, Mischievous deserves a rest. Gavin's fought through 8 rounds. It's going to deal a lot of damage.
That's his high school.
Really tough spot now.
Oh, and the Lumberry comes out from Scrafty. They will be able to wake up and use its crunch to deal a little bit of damage to Metagross. It's not the best position, but it could be worse.
Yeah, perhaps not this worst spot at all. Scrafty, not quite as tired as Mr. Wiz. Maybe he didn't get to play in as many battles, so Scrafty's here and ready to fight. Interesting information that turned too. Not only is Amoonguss quicker than Rhyperior, but apparently he's been practicing running at little hundred like he's faster than Scrafty too.
Slower than Rhyperior and faster than Scrafty. After Trick Room. That's right. Very fast mushroom on the field here. Rhyperior comes out for Enosh's side. Going to be interesting to see how that Rhyperior is. It does have a good partner in Scrafty, but Amoonguss definitely very threatening.
Yeah, Rhyperior's probably a little bit scared here. If it got the chance to use the Earthquake, it would do a bunch of damage to Amoonguss and Metagross. But Metagross is a Steel-type Pokemon, which is super effective against Ground Slide. Amoonguss is a Grass-type Pokemon, which is doing everything in ground. So Rhyperior actually getting to use that Earthquake right now aren't looking very good.
Rhyperior was able to survive one hit. Very little help from that Amoonguss. But he will have to worry about the Metagross also following up with double targeting. Definitely don't expect him to be able to survive the full assault onslaught.
Perhaps we'll see it perhaps well. Amoonguss also has the option of getting some sleep once the game again. So is the option of going in the offense and trying to pick out a Pokemon or just trying to sleep?
Oh, and the Meteor Mash from Metagross misses the Scrafty, but Spore does not miss. Does get the Spore onto Rhyperior. Rhyperior is going to be falling asleep here. Not going to be waking up anytime soon, as we already saw that ground gym. Scrafty is going to use Drain Punch, getting a little bit of damage onto that Metagross as well, and keeping off some of that chip damage that it's already taken. Unfortunate for Gavin there. It looks like Rhyperior is just going to snooze.
Well, getting that turn snoozing is important. After this turn, there's always going to be a chance that Rhyperior can wake up. If it does wake up and Gavin isn't expecting it, he might be able to get that Earthquake. Gavin's going to have to be careful for that. He's got to try to pick up the knockout as quickly as he can here. But if he does it, he tries to target Scrafty's slot. Rhyperior wakes up on him. You could see this game turning around very quickly.
Yeah, this is one of the pitfalls of using a Pokemon like Umbrella, as I mentioned earlier. Once that Pokemon is asleep, you generally tend to think of it as not as much of a threat anymore. But after one turn, it can wake up any moment and get that surprise attack effective. And it looks like Enosh is hoping for that. Switches out the Scrafty for the Abomasnow, hoping to get the resistance on the Earthquake if he needs it. The Meteor Mash comes out, and it is going to target that Rhyperior. Gavin is not going to play games with this one. Not going to leave anything up to chance. With a little bit over half HP there, while Amoonguss is going to score the Abomasnow instead of double targeting that Rhyperior. It would be great for him if Rhyperior continues to sleep. We'll just have to see if Rhyperior is awake and ready. And yes! Rhyperior wakes up. So much damage coming in here. We're going to be dealing quite a bit with the Abomasnow as well, but we'll see everyone else. Abomasnow is taking damage. Not too terrible there, but Metagross is going to faint. Amoonguss is going so low. 41 HP left. Not quite enough, but definitely not a great position.
Just talking about the pitfalls of this, and that's exactly why you've got to be careful to score. Looks like he had an advantage there, but all it took was one wake up, and Rhyperior turned this game right around. We're real close.
Definitely very close right here. As Gavin is going to have to make something happen here. Looks like he has just a Pokemon for it. That Volcarona being able to control that Abomasnow quite easily. And Amoonguss.
Here it is again. It's a great solution to Abomasnow. Both of his attacks. Much Heat Wave being super effective against Abomasnow and its many weaknesses. And Amoonguss is here, ready to continue trying to deal with Rhyperior.
Definitely a tough position for Enosh here. He will have to see whether he will be able to use his remaining Pokemon to get him in here, but he is behind. It's going to be close. It's really going to come down to this next couple.
I I think the battle here, I think I have to between Amoonguss and Rhyperior. The Amoonguss can get rid of Rhyperior before it beats its sad demise to Hail or to Bomb Snow. Gavin will be in a good spot, but Rhyperior gets free, it's another attack of
and it looks like he is sending out just the right Pokemon to get that free turn for Gavin, or for Enosh, sorry. He's going to send out that Scrafty, which brings back the fake out pressure, intimidates for the special attacking Pokemon. As Rhyperior is going to use that Protect, stalling out a turn, hoping to get into a position where Volcarona won't be able to move, or sorry, Amoonguss won't be able to move before that Rhyperior. Rhyperior protects the Heat Wave, and it does connect to Scrafty. Volcarona, very strong Pokemon, is going to deal quite a bit of damage there, and the Spore comes in into Rhyperior, into the Protect.
Gavin correctly predicting that Enosh should make a switch there, but not predicting the right slot.
It's definitely going to be interesting here, as we see that hail damage slowly whittle away the Amoonguss.
Like you mentioned before, the key there was to get Scrafty. Try to get free turns to get rid of Amoonguss here. Fake out may be able to knock out Amoonguss in this range, fairly close. But either way, the hail damage at the end of the turn would lead to Amoonguss fainting that stays in here. But it's now in a much tougher spot, which prevents it from effectively controlling Rhyperior, who's going to try to get an attack off here probably.
Yeah, this is one of those interesting situations. If you're worried about fake out pressure, but if Gavin protects here, the next turn, it won't be KO'd by the hail this turn, but it gives another opportunity for Rhyperior to protect and get that chip damage. But Amoonguss is going to go back to Gavin, and Ludicolo is going to come out instead. Equally good at beating Rhyperior when it's faster. And it looks like Scrafty is even going to bounce back too, and we're going to see Abomasnow come right back in. So it looks like Gavin is going to have the fake out pressure for the next turn, while Volcarona protects, not going to let Enosh get off any free damage on it, as it recognizes that it is oh my god! The Abomasnow! Well placed right there. Rhyperior Mega Horns the Abomasnow so that Scrafty can get a free switch in, while Volcarona's protect just went off.
Unfortunately for him, Ludicolo is probably not going to be so amused by it.
Yes, since Ludicolo just switched out, it just switched in, it will have its fake out up and be able to prevent Scrafty from using its fake out this turn.
Wow. I don't like you to work out this time. Winning and losing this game. You gotta love that though. I mean, confident player to be willing to knock out your own Pokemon like that.
Well, that's the thing. Enosh was behind. When you're behind like that, you have to be willing to make those big plays. Otherwise, you're just going to continue falling behind. Ludicolo does go for the fake out onto Scrafty. Not going to get a chance to use its own fake out this turn, as you see it flinching things from fake out. Volcarona's Bug Buzz is going to come in onto that Scrafty. Gonna deal some good damage there. There. Scrafty faint. Rhyperior is alone against all of these Pokemon. Rock Slide is going to come out. Gonna be able to get the KO on that Volcarona. Gonna deal some good damage to Ludicolo, but it is still Ludicolo and that Amoonguss coming out. Really bad position right here.
Enosh really exciting play to turn this game around, but Gavin brought Ludicolo back in at just the right time, and now we've got a little help Rhyperior facing off with a grass and water type Pokemon that's faster than it, which is pretty much the worst situation you can find yourself in VGC.
Yeah, I can't think of as many worse situations than that. I do have to give Enosh a lot of credit for that. He went out on a limb, and it was a real gutsy play that Gavin made a great reaction to. Not necessarily predicting it. I don't know if anyone could have predicted that happening. But a really good turnaround from Gavin there. Ludicolo is going to use the Skull onto Rhyperior.